So today's goal is just to get the rear fender flares fit onto the quarter panel of the TC. I already got the spacers on the car already, and I already got the wheel pushed out. We need to put the side skirt on. Once we put the side skirt on, we can start drilling the fender flare onto the actual quarter panel and putting the Clico pins. We just need to line up the fender flare so it fits perfectly around the tire. So I got the rear Rocket Bunny flares mounted already. I just got them mounted with 2 Clico pins, and let me tell you, the rear ones are going to be a lot easier to work with than the front one. The material that this is made out of, the fender flares are made out of, is FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic, it's a little bit more lenient with the bending and whatnot. It's not like straight fiberglass where it's hard to bend, because if you were to bend it, you'd probably crack it. But fiberglass reinforced plastic lets you have that kind of fiberglass but still that plastic feel of being able to bend it, not to an extreme point, but just allow you to bend it a little bit. So this is what it looks like right now. As you guys can tell, it might seem like there's still a lot of work that needs to get done, but I don't really think it does. All this, as you guys can tell right there, it looks like it's picking up. But what I'm gonna do is this corner, I'm just gonna push it down. As you guys can tell, it's easily being able to push down. Bolt, and then bolt this corner as well, which is a lot easier as well. All this from here all the way to this point, as you guys can tell, it has a big space right there, but it's easy to be pushed down. So it's not gonna break, it's not gonna crack or anything like that, except for this corner. This corner, I tried pushing it down, but this one did end up cracking. So from here, once we bolt it down here, we're gonna chop it down here and then extend it all the way here. So the rear ones, like I said, they're gonna be a lot easier to work with. Right here, we do have to trim it down a little bit as well and bring it out, because right here, as you guys can tell, it's touching the tire right here. So we're gonna be doing the same thing that we did in the front, chopping it off right here and extending it a little bit longer. Cutting the fuel cap hole, and then on this one, on the other side, if you guys remember on the first unboxing video, on the passenger side, it came broken off. So we gotta do this one before we go put it on the other side. So before we do anything else, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna repair this right here. We're just gonna add fiberglass and then try and make it fit the crevice that goes down there. I got the piece that was missing right here all filled in already. As you guys can tell, it's already made out of fiberglass. I think I'm gonna cut this one because this one's cracking a little bit as well on this corner. I don't know if you guys are able to tell. You can see it right there. It's cracking, so I'm gonna cut it in the same place right here and then make my own this way. So it's taken me a couple of weeks just to get this exhaust hole out of the bumper, the rear bumper, plugged up, and it's finally plugged up. The back is out of expanding foam. Then I just put a whole bunch of Bondo and I just covered it all just to get the same shape as it is on the other side. So now that we have the same shape, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna hit it with some spray paint, and then once we hit it with some spray paint, I'll tape it all up, get some wax on it, and then start laying the fiberglass over there. That way we can make a mold out of this whole piece right here.
You
having issues on the passenger side on fitting the Rocket Bunny flare on the rear side. And the reason for it is because if you guys remember on one of the Rocket, I think it was like one of the first ones, we filled in this whole gap that's right here with Bondo, because this is the fuel cap hole. Since on the FRS the fuel cap hole is on the right side, and on the TC it's on the left side, we have to fill this side in. So what I did was I just filled it all with Bondo. Since I had no experience with fiberglass yet, I decided just to fill it in with Bondo. I had just fiberglassed the back side of it, as you guys see right here. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Dremel all this out and take all the Bondo off, and I'm gonna fiberglass it. So while I wait for the fiberglass and the filler to dry, we're going to start installing the rear bumper. I got the brackets already in, and I got the quick latches, so we're going to be installing those just so we get the bumper on and get everything fitted for when we do need to put the bumper on. We can just simply use the quick latches and it'll be easy to put it on, you know? So both sides went in. This side went in pretty good. This side went in pretty good. There's still a decent amount of gap. I mean, this gap I already had it, but I'm not really worried about this because you guys know I have the bumper covers. The bumper covers is going to cover this whole piece. So with the bumper covers, I can make this line a lot better. So I'm not really worried about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim it down right here. I'm going to try and trim it down from this corner up to this corner. So from here across, it's going to be trimmed down. So I think that's where I'm going to end today's video, guys. We got a lot of stuff done. We got the fender flares fit to the actual rear body. Not completely. We still got to do some fiberglassing work, which is what I'm going to be doing on the next Rocket Bunny video. We got the quick latch installed. We got the rear piece that we made out of the mold complete, except for the middle piece. I have it's still, you can still see the fiberglass right here, but everything else is smoothened out. The reason why I left this still like with the fiberglass shown and I didn't bundle over it is because the exhaust is coming this, I think it should be here by this weekend, and since it's going to be here this weekend, I want to cut out the holes. That way I don't have to use Bondo at certain areas. Say for example, if I cut out 2 circles right here, I don't have to Bondo those 2 circles. So this piece is completely done. I just need to primer it black, but it's completely done until we get the exhaust, and we can cut out the holes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, and embrace yourself.